like to thank the Secretariat for work conducted in developing the new vision and mission statement. We appreciate that feedback was solicited through an online consultation, although, again, as pointed out earlier by my colleague from North America, wish to point out that this consultation was conducted in English and French only. While we appreciate the explanation by the Secretariat on working languages, it is important to note that when consultation is limited by language, this is a significant bias against civil society, who often do not have access to translation services as member states, Secretariat, and co-sponsors do. This leads to a lack of representation from broader civil society and is why the NGO delegation places such an emphasis on translation. Case in point is that our online consultation to support this year's NGO report was conducted in 10 languages. We encourage the Secretariat to consider this point when seeking consultation in the draft strategic plan and partnership strategy as proposed. Regarding the vision and mission statement itself, we strongly endorse the proposed statement and accompanying decision point. We appreciate how zero discrimination is part of the vision, side by side with zero new infections and zero AIDS-related deaths, and by how human rights is emphasized along with gender equality and other key values. Although we support the proposed mission statement, we would have preferred to see language strengthened or added in certain areas, particularly in the first point on uniting stakeholders. We feel people most affected by HIV is not specific enough, and there should be clearer mention of populations at risk. Affected people really can include anyone and everyone, whereas vulnerable populations takes into account the marginalized key populations as well as women and girls. In the second point on speaking out, we feel it could have been strengthened by adding non-discrimination and diversity to the core values of human dignity, human rights, and gender equality. Non-discrimination is a value that we have always seen as a core of UNAIDS work, and indeed, in our view, a pillar of universal access. The concept of diversity is also critical and ideally should have been mentioned. Diversity takes many forms affected by geography, language, ethnicity, culture, and sexuality, amongst others, but the universal concept and the respect and tolerance that it implies should be a core value of our work. Despite these omissions, we continue to support the statement and will work to ensure that this language and these values will be more clearly evident in the strategic plan and partnership strategies being developed. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, is ensuring that the aspirations identified in the vision and mission statement actually do guide the work of the joint program. That the work around non-discrimination and human rights, often the most difficult to do and easiest to ignore, is backed up by action and by adequate financial resources. In other words, that UNAIDS does not just talk the talk, but walks the walk. We endorse this vision and mission statement as a first step, but will be closely monitoring to ensure that these aspirations are put into action. I thank you.